Welcome, I am Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, and this video is called Tesla Gigafactory Nevada Semi Production from WOW to Now. And the WOW in the title represents the warehouse on wheels. And for those of you who haven't been following along, a warehouse on wheels was the giant area of trailers parked. And what the concept is instead of building a separate building to unload trailers full of supplier parts and then bring them into the Gigafactory proper, they simply store the semis bring the trailer and they drop them off and they leave them. And then when the parts are needed, they're brought in, and then later the empty trailers are hauled away. And in the intro to this video, you saw a huge warehouse on wheels, or WOW. That warehouse on wheels, and you can see it below here, is the area that the new construction has begun for the Tesla Semi high volume factory. By the way, I still see people out there on social media representing the $3.6 billion expansion that was originally announced that was going to fill in the Gigafactory Nevada proper, and citing those statistics and those facts and figures, when if you've been following along and if you want to stay up to date, I will endeavor to give you accurate information. Surprised to me that there are social media outlets that are still talking about that original plan and not the new updated plan that Tesla discussed in their first quarter 2024 conference call. So what we're looking at here is a new warehouse on wheels area. By the way, at the time this video was taken, we weren't 100% sure what the plan was. I think we still we're speculating that, and I had some information that there'd be a separate building rather than the original plan, but I couldn't be sure. And what this is they're building a smaller northern warehouse on wheels area, and then in the background, you may see later in the video, they built another separate warehouse on wheels at the south end near the Panasonic plant. So I called that one the Panasonic warehouse on wheels, and the one at the north end, the Tesla warehouse on wheels. Both of these two warehouse on wheels combined don't come close to the amount of space that was dedicated to the old warehouse on wheels. And I think that old warehouse on wheels had a lot of empty trailers. There was a transition from one trailer supplier to Schneider. J.B. Hunt had the contract, and then it went to Schneider, and I think J.B. Hunt took a long time getting rid of their empty trailers off of the plant, off of this site. Anyway, up above, you can just see the Panasonic warehouse on wheels, and there's even some trailers that are already been stored up there. But so what we'll do is we'll try to follow along, and this is a few weeks later, several weeks later, and if you notice, this is the warehouse on wheels. This is the area that had hundreds of trailers, all of which have been moved out, and the groundwork has began for the new Tesla Semi high volume factory. One of the first things that I noticed were these cuts into Milan Avenue, and this particular video was during a light snowstorm. But anyways, these cuts I thought were very interesting, and later on in the video we learned we at least get a good idea of what each of these individual cuts was for. At this time I thought when these cuts, like this one, was going to be a new entrance, because I had heard that there would be a separate entrance to alleviate congestion at the main Giga Nevada entrance, and also to serve the high volume plant, where someday in the future, looking like in early 2026, hundreds of Tesla semis fresh off the plant production line will be rolling out onto Milan Avenue and out to their customers. And that's going to be a very exciting time. Anyway, this turns out to not be the entrance here like I thought, and we'll see later that that is just for either drainage, sewer, and or fiber optic. And then we will see coming up soon where the actual new entrance is, including box culverts that were brought in. But here, there's a long line of trench built that where stormwater management drainage culvert pipes were put in, and there's at least 2 outlets that they ended up building that will funnel that water off of this new construction site into the wash that runs along Milan Avenue. And so this is about midway through some of that work. By the end of this video, all of this trench will be filled in. We'll see that there is, in addition to this sewer, what I believe is, come to believe it was sewer pipe, there's also a drain pipe here, and another separate location halfway up Milan Avenue heading east from here, where there's another drain pipe location. And there's that box I almost certainly is for a sewer connection. At first I thought there would be underground electrical, but we see later that there's actually overhead electrical over by the power lines, over by where they built the new bridge, using box culverts to gain access to this portion of the Giga Nevada property. This is the far northern end, and for the time being, I'm flying off of Tesla property and videoing from an adjacent property, and this I may be able to do overflights again pretty soon. I'm waiting for final word from the local district attorney on the actual regulations and laws that I intend to abide by. But anyways, in a gesture of good faith, I've not been flying over their property until this was adjudicated. That right there is, we'll see later, is the second culvert drain pipe area that I mentioned. And then if you move up there, that's additional access. I think that's possibly a second sewer pipe in the middle of the screen. And then up here, I think we get to see for that cut that you can see by those 2 white water tanks is at a minimum for fiber optic. There may be some additional utility installed there. And you can see there's still snow on the ground here. And the next section of video will show us as it is today, the middle to end of April. I think this last video I took was maybe on April 20th. All this construction equipment has been lined up, and by the way, in the next video we'll see that much of their work has been completed, and it looks like the site has been graded and is ready for actual foundation work to begin. And I'll come out here and get another video probably Saturday, May 3rd, 4th, and we'll see what the progress is at that point. And I'm expecting to see. So here we go. Here's a more recent drone flight. You can see that all those trenches have been filled in. This grader seems to be just further compacting it, but the area above it, which is actually south, we're looking from north to south, the area above it looks to be like a very large footprint for a very large building for the Tesla Semi and possibly the CATL equipment that Tesla purchased will be brought in, and that CATL equipment will be owned and operated by Tesla. But I think they took the opportunity of getting a head start by buying that production line equipment from CATL. And the Tesla Semi is 2170s. A lot of people think the 4680 delay is what has delayed the Semi. I'm here to tell you that is not I strongly feel that is not the issue. 2170s are the batteries for the Semi for the near to midterm for several years to come. I don't think 4680s will be diverted to or utilized by the Tesla Semi for a long time. They're not needed. 4680s are best utilized structural battery pack. I'm hoping we get a better look at the access road. I have some very good footage of it, but as I was putting this series of videos together, I may not have included a good clip of that far northeast end where the new road has been put in and the new access road will be. And this looks like the end of the video as the drone lands next to the world's fastest drone support vehicle, my Tesla Plaid. Here is the friendly Tesla security coming to say hi. And thanks for joining, and hopefully you appreciated this sort of time-lapse video. Thank you.